Right, well, as you saw by the little drive-through video, I'm at the wonderful Millbrook Fishery once again. I've got my rods out. I've got my house set up for the 3 days. Everything's ready and raring to go now. I'll show you where I'm fishing and everything else and what I'm using and all that sort of thing in just a moment. But I thought I'd give you a little update. I'm on peg 5. There's only 5 of us on. Now, there was no one on before. So, yeah. Once again, I am at the wonderful Millbrook Fisheries. Hopefully, I can catch another one 3 times on a bounce, sorry. But you never know. Obviously, it's called fishing, it's not called catching. But yeah, I've been here twice before. I've caught both times. Broke my PB both times as well, since like when I've come. My first one was a 27 pounder on the nose. And then my second one was a 27 pound 7 ounce. So we'll see how it goes. We had a walk round this morning when I got here, and there was a bit of fizzing just off the edge of the island in peg 5, which is where I've put one rod. I've put 5 spods out over there. I'll show you my mix and what I'm using in a minute. And then my left hand rod is straight towards the island on the shelf, so hopefully one of them gets picked up. The rod on my right, the right rod is in deeper water than the one on the left. Is obviously I'm on the shelf by the island, which is Lee the bailiff says it's about a foot from top to bottom on that shelf. So hopefully, because obviously as you can see it's bright sunshine everywhere around, the lake is pretty much flat calm. There's a bit of wind blowing down into peg 12, 1 and 2, but they were taken by the 3 lads that want to have a bit of a social get together, whereas I have decided I want to sort of fish on my own. Up this end, like I say, there's no one else on here. There's no one up this end and there's no one down that end. There's a lad in peg 8, but I'll leave him to it. He can go up there. So I've pretty much got that peg all the way down to about, I think I've got peg 4, where I'm not sure about peg 3. I think I'll leave peg 3 to the guy that's in 2. So yeah, it's looking good. Obviously it's not great fishing weather unless you're allowed zigs, which on Melbrook you're not. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Like I say, I'll show you my spot mix in a minute, and then I'll show you what rigs and hook baits I'm using. But yeah, right, I'll get the buckets open and I'll show you what I'm using now. Right then, so baits, a bit like Merrington. I've gone in with Cyberspice woolies from Spar Baits. I don't know if you can see, there you go, 16 and 12 mils. I've also, it's the same mix, so I've gone with 16 and 12 mil Cyberspice and 16 and 12 mil Voodoo. Some of these pellets are the Merrington Fishery pellets. So I'll just get a big scoop out there. So yeah, some of them are the Merrington pellets, but I have also got a 3 kg bag of pellets that Melbrook sell for £6. Just get a handful out and show you them as well. So I've got the pellets that Melbrook sell. I've also brought some of the maize that Melbrook sell as well. It's in a nice little tub. Comes cooked with water, it's fresh. as a daisy, so I've got some of that, but I'm not putting that in with my boilies and my pellets, because I just want them to be, I probably could soften them up a bit, but they're already pretty soft, so I don't really need to do anything with those to make them a bit softer. And I've also got a bag of sweet corn. I haven't put any of this out yet, but I will do. This is the frozen Iceland stuff. It's kg, but yeah, this will go in with me in my mix, probably in with me maize. It's really nice, big chunky bits of maize. So yeah, I've got a variety of different baits that the carp can choose from. Like at Merrington, I am crushing a bit of the boilies down, just crushing them and crumbing them in half just with my fingers. You don't need anything special with these spar baits, as they're super soft and nice, like you saw at Merrington. So yeah, just crushing a few of them up in my hand like that, and then just putting them in, giving it a bit of a mix up, and then just rinse and repeat with pretty much most of the boilies that are in this bucket. Really, I probably could have prepared the boilies and whatnot before I've come, but I like them straight out of the bag. Really, I don't put any glugs on them, don't put any attractants on it. To be honest, I really don't think that the spar baits boilies need any attractants adding to them, as they're already super attractive. But yeah, that's about it for me spod mix. I'll pan the camera around in a minute, and I'll just show you exactly where I am fishing, and I'll show you what rigs I'm using after I show you where I am fishing. But yeah, hopefully we managed to catch something, and hopefully it's another big one. The mug hasn't come out this week or the week before, but Lee the Bailey says she doesn't tend to come out just before spawning. He doesn't know why. It's just one of those things, I suppose. But yeah, hopefully everyone on the lake can catch. As he says, the carp have been spreading around and they haven't been holding up in one area, but with everyone being that end of the lake, really, I didn't want to go right next to them, because I thought if the carp feel pressured down there, then they're going to come up here and I might intercept them. But we'll see how it goes. Hopefully something happens. I'm sure it will do, as the lads that were on the week before us had quite a good session. So hopefully they're still on the feed a bit, and then they make their way down to my bait in my area and have a good old munch on my hook bait, and then job's a good one. But yeah, I'll spin the camera around now, and then I'll show you where exactly I am fishing. So peg 5, as you can see, I've kept my maize and my sweet corn in the shade, bivvies up, rods are out, bait buckets are here, hammer because the ground's pretty hard, chair, spod rod, marker rod, third rod. Gonna sort that out, get that clipped up for both spots and put a hook bait on it in case one of these rods do go, so I can get it out as quickly as possible. So my left hand rod there's a little hole in the bushes just above my finger, right there. You can sort of see it where my finger is. I am fishing just off of it here. See where the little planters that's sticking up really high, and then in that one I'm fishing in between those two plants, literally about, I don't even know, not far at all, probably the length of this bucket, if that, maybe that way, off of the trees, off the bushes. As Lee the bailiff said, that the shelf is about half a rod length off of the island, and then it starts to slope down. My right hand rod is straight towards that willow, which is in a bit deeper water. It's in line with that, the edge of the island, straight towards the willow. It's about 10 wraps. Well, it is 10 wraps exactly. I've also baited up underneath this willow tree here in the margin, just as a temporary thing. Well, not temporary, but just as a another option. But what I might do, I can see there's like a little fish. There's a fish just boiled just over on the top of the surface. It's back again, just in line with, if you can see, it's there. My right hand rod has just had a beep. It's just a fish in the margin down here. My right hand rod has just had a beep, literally seconds after I put the camera down, which is annoying, as I'd like to have a beep on camera. But yeah, I'm fishing back leads on both of them. There is a little, I don't know if you can see it, let me just try and, yeah, you can see there is a little bit of weed in the margin. So what I've made sure I've done is I've pulled my line up as I've walked this one, walked my left one down the margin. I've kept my rod up high so my line doesn't sort of sink in a big bow, and then I have just put a back lead on, but I've made sure I've pushed it out far enough so my back lead is probably sitting just above where my fingertip is there. And I've done pretty much the same on my right hand rod, other than I haven't had to keep my rod tip that high to get the line straight. But yeah, that's where I'm fishing. So you've seen me rig, you've seen me mix, you've seen where I'm fishing. So now it's time to get on to the rigs. So we've gone through the bait, we've gone through the spots. Now let's talk rigs. So on my right hand rod, I've gone with my old faithful Illusion D rig with a voodoo wafter on the top. That should sit just like that. So my hook is lying flat on the floor and my hook bait is just wafting over the top. That's about 6 inches long, maybe a bit longer, 6.5 to 7. 6.5 to 7 inches long, with a anti-tangle sleeve and a loop that is about 1 to 2 mil in size when it's hooked over. I simply put a sinker on in the middle, so that just pins everything to the floor nicely. And then I like to fish my wafters with a bit of bait floss on a micro hook ring swivel. So yeah, that is what's on my right hand rod. Lovely rig. And on my left hand rod is the old faithful Ronnie rig. This is a bit longer than the one that I've put out. Birds. This is a bit longer than the one that I've put out. Size 6 curved shank hook. Normally I tie them, again, same as my Illusion D rigs, about 6 inches. Steamed over a kettle. This one I don't have an anti-tangle sleeve on, but on the one that's out in the water I do. Again, fished on a micro hook ring swivel. with bait floss attaching the pop-up. Gone with a bright yellow pop-up. I think this is a DNA. Yes, one of the DNA Flora range pop-ups. I haven't brought any of the spar baits pop-ups yet because, quite frankly, they've literally, the day before I've come here, they put an announcement on the group chat that they have started doing fluoro pop-ups. This has got a tiny kicker. Well, it's a medium kicker actually from Corda, but it's been chopped down, just the end chopped down slightly. And then this is the one more cast long distance bead, hook bead. So yeah, that's where I've got on my rods. I'm fishing my left hand one in conjunction with a leg clip with a flat pair lead. If I sort of graze or land on the edge of the shelf, I don't want my rig to be sliding down. I want it to be holding because I want to sort of be in the shallower water. But on my right hand rod, I am fishing that with a heli system. Helicopter system, as the bottom where my right hand rod has landed isn't as clear as I'd like it to be, so it allows the lead to sort of plug into the bottom, so my hook on my rig can land perfectly flat and fishing effectively, rather than coming out of the little bits of mud or silt and then coming out at a funny angle, potentially minimizing the chances I can get. But on my left hand rod, it went down with a nice donk. I did cast a marker float out there, or a marker float, just so I could see how deep it is, and Lee was right, it is about a foot. So yeah, but that was when I brought that back, it was tapping on some nice gravel. So I know that rig is presented because it's on gravel, it's on a nice shelf. So I have fished it with a leg clip. Like at Merrington, I did it with the running leg clip. Well, it is technically a zig, one of the Fox zig leg clips. But if you don't put the T-bar in, then it basically becomes a running rig. So if a fish gets hooked, shakes its head, the swivel will pop out of the leg clip, and then the lead will just slide away. I'm fishing that with a bit of tubing, basically the exact same style as I was at Merrington. And then on my right hand rod, it's the Corda. I think I've got one here. It's the Corda Fluoro Leader. This has got a knot in it, but I'm not using this one, so that's fine. Yeah, using a Fluoro Leader with a loop-to-loop to connect the leader to my main line. I'm not fishing it drop-off style, so I have got the collar in, but just in case a fish does get in a snag, which it shouldn't do unless it gets in the weed that's in the margin, the lead will eject safely, as that's how Corda like to make everything safe for the fish, which is good. But yeah, it can drop off. Also, the same with my lead clip. My lead can drop off if it needs to, because my tail rubber isn't actually, it's not shoved on, and I've wet the lead clip just a little bit before I put the tail rubber on. So yeah, that's for my rigs. You've seen my spot, you've seen my bait, and you've seen my rigs. Now all I've got to do is wait for a fish. So I will bring you back, I'll bring you all back if I change anything, if I move anything, or if I catch a fish. So I'll bring you guys back in a short while. Well, about half an hour ago I had a weird occurrence on the rod. It beeped, and then I saw my bobbin lift up and come back down. But I left it, and it wasn't a fish because it didn't keep going. So it could have been a liner that was close in. But I've just looked at my bivvy, and there was 2 fish that have literally just come out of the water, just boshed in and around the area. I can see them as well, they're on the top, just cruising at the minute. There's one going down there that way, there's 2 going down that way actually, and then there's one just there. It's just boiled. I don't know if you can see it. No, I'll try and get a video of one whilst it's on the top. But there's loads and loads of fish right now all around. They're just cruising on the top there. Like I say, I've got one in that marge in that on that shelf, so if one's cruising past there, then it could go. There's fish literally right in front of me as I'm speaking right now, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the camera down and I'm going to try and show you these fish. I don't know if, yeah, that's what they've been doing all literally as I've come out the bivvy. That's what they've been doing. They've just been coming up, making a splash, and then disappearing again. I don't know if you can see it, but I can just about see it on the top. I'm trying to put my glasses in front of the camera to use the polarized there. I think that's one. But you can see them all. They're actually heading towards that margin. There's a big group of them just above my fingertip. But yeah, you can see them better on the camera. So there's 2 there. There's quite a few around it. It is still quite warm, so they will be up in the layers on the sun. But I'm confident in a bite. Confident in a bite tonight when it goes a bit cooler. So hopefully they get on the feed, but you can see that there is fish in my area. I can see them, and obviously I know I'm in the right spot, as there is fish here. But like I said earlier, Lee the bailiff said that they've been coming out pretty much everywhere, to be honest, so we'll see how it goes. The rod is just over there. They are cruising down this way now towards the right. I can see one. It's just here, just off the island. So you never know. I might end up picking one up if it's patrolling the edge of the island. You can see there's one coming cruising along the top over here. But yeah, zigs are banned here, or else I think I'd put a zig on. If zigs weren't banned, obviously it's great weather for a zig, but they're banned, so you've got to follow the rules and whatnot. But yeah, you've got to follow the rules, so I'm just gonna stay as I am, leave them in now until tonight. Probably just before dark, might refresh the bait around it. Might put a spom of maize out on over me left hand rod, as that's just got a few buoys fired over it. They're just patrolling, these fish are at the minute. They're not actually getting their heads down, I don't think. They're just just patrolling. That one's just boiled here. They are definitely just having a cruise around, enjoying the sun, which I don't blame them, if I'm honest. I've been sat out on my chair and enjoying the sun and getting a nice tan, hopefully. But So what I've done is I've put a bit of maize and the sweet corn in the bottom of my peg just to see how it looks, and then I put my rig over the top with the yellow pop-up on, and it was looking absolutely amazing. So I think that's what I'm going to do tonight. I'm just going to put 2 spods out of maize and a couple of boilies out in the spod, and see how it goes from there. There's fish everywhere. Just see them all patrolling. They're trying. Yeah, you can see them up there, look. But like I said, zigs are banned. Can't see if he's fish for them, so they have got the advantage on you really. But when they do go down for a grub, they proper have a grub round. Yeah, I'll bring you back if it happens. But I doubt anything will happen now until tonight. So I'll catch you guys later. Right, well, yeah, I've got one in the bottom of the net. I don't know what time it is, but we've managed to catch one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sort everything out, get all of break and go and get my rig back in and everything, and hopefully I can get another one. It's only the second morning, so you never know, something else might happen. So yeah, I'm just going to get the rig out and get that straight back on the spot. Here's a quick look at the fish that I've just landed. She is fucking huge, all ready to be spawned out. Look at the size of that tail. Lovely big fins. Amazing fish. So I'll pick her up now and I'll show you. Right, well, it's just gone 4:30. And the rattan rod that's on the edge of the island has just gone with this absolute dump truck of a mirror. I haven't weighed her yet, but I can tell just by picking her up that she is one big fish. She is lovely. Lovely fish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour some more water on her. Going to drain the water that's in here. I've already zeroed the sling, so we'll just lift her up a minute so all that water can drain out the bottom. Grab the scales have already been zeroed with the net while it's wet, so there's no need to faff about doing that, and we'll see. Oh. 34 pound and 6 ounce. Oh, that is my second 30 in a week. I had my first 30 at Merrington, and I've now had my second 30 at Millbrook Fisheries. What a month this month is for carp fishing. I'll just take one more look at this magnificent fish. Steady, girl. Steady, steady, steady. He has been sat in the water for quite a while. My right hand rod keeps beeping, it's on the edge of the island. So I could potentially have another one. I'll show you the other side of it now. The other side just looks pretty much exactly the same as this first side. But yeah, lovely, lovely, lovely fish. Can't be any happier than what I am right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some pictures and get her straight back. You can just see it waddling away in the margins down here. What a beautiful, beautiful fish. Hopefully that's a sign of many things to come. And hopefully more do come. Yes! It's not a PB, but I don't care. It's my second 30 in a week, or 2 weekends on about, should I say. £34.6. Absolutely buzzing. And I cannot wait to see what else is in store for us for these few days whilst I'm here. That's where I had it from, up there on that bush where I showed you yesterday. Just had a liner. I am fishing back leads, but my back lead is about here, so anything that's in this area can sort of hit my line. Something's just boiled over here, so yeah, anything that's up there can swim into my line and cause a liner. So yeah, I'm going to put the camera down now and probably get back to sleep if I'm honest. I'm going to buy another tub of maize tomorrow when the bailiff comes round. Just get a new tub of maize. And that's it. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in a bit. Well, after landing that fish, I've noticed there's a lot of activity in Peg 4. So what I've done is I've reeled in my right hand rod that was on the edge of that island, and I've just come down here and I've swapped it over to a naked shod. with the DNA pop-up on. It's in the margin, I don't know if you can see, but it's really, really weedy. And in peg 4 there's fish fizzing, there's fish feeding, and there's fish boshing. Whereas I've not actually seen anything boshing in my peg. I know I've just had one, so I've sort of left that rod in on my bottom arm. I'm only one peg away anyway. But I've just come down here with a naked chod and just loaded it in the margin. Well, it's not a naked chod, it's a chod rig that's fished on a helicopter system. But I've just come down here just to see if anything happens. It's in the margin. I've got my clutch really tight because I don't really want the fish going into the weed. And I'm just sat on this rod. Hopefully it'll go. But you never know. I can see fish just cruising up and down this margin, up and down. I've sort of lowered it just off the weeds, just so I did lower it in the weeds, but I didn't get a donk at all. I didn't even touch didn't even get a drop. So I just put it out a little bit further, and I got I wouldn't say firm, but I'd say firmer drop, and I did get a drop on that bit. So I've just put it there, left it there, and walked my rod back down into peg 4. And I'm just currently sitting here, seeing if anything will happen. There is fish fizzing like mad down here. So I don't know. I'm going to definitely keep to my swim, but what I might do on the day today is I might rest my swim and come down here, and hopefully it'll push them out back down the other way for the night. Like this fish bubbling like mad down here. I don't know if you can see. I can't zoom in, but I'll try and show you and get a video of it. But there is fish fizzing and feeding down here. So it's definitely worth bringing in my right-hand rod, which is on the edge of the island, which hasn't done a bite. So we'll see how it goes. That rod went straight back out. I got all the rig and the rod sorted whilst the fish was still in the net in the water. Just while it was resting a bit. And got that straight back out on there. I did put 2 spots out first, just of the maize, which is pretty much all gone now. Before I put the rig out, and then I put the rig out and it went down perfectly. So I cannot wait to see what else is in store, because it's my first night that I've been on here for this session. So hopefully something happens, because normally, oh my god, a fish is just boiled right in front of the peg. So hopefully there is more action to come, because the times that I've been on here before, the fish have come pretty much like second day, the end of the second day, or the end of the third, or middle of the third. But yeah, it is looking mega carpy down in this area. So I'm going to put the camera down and stop talking, because I might just disturb whatever's happening down here. I was thinking to myself, I might have disturbed it by putting a rig in, but it doesn't seem that I have, because they are still in this peg, and they are still cruising up and down. So, like I said, I'm going to put the camera down now, try not to make any more disturbance, and then if I get one, I'm going to go back in my peg. have a think about what I'm going to do for the rest of the day. This fish fizzing right in front of me there, just above my fingertip, and that's what we've been doing in bed for. And I had a look over whilst I was, after I'd netted that fish, when I was putting that fish back, and it looked amazing down here. So yeah, I'm going to put it down, put the camera there, and see what happens. Right, well, it's about 7:10 now. They've started spawning. Like they've all been thrashing around in the margins. Because I was in peg 4, just seeing if I could nick a bite after just chucking one in the edge, but then they started thrashing about. So as soon as I saw them start thrashing, I brought me rods in. Well, me rod that I took down there anyway, I brought that in and just put it back out into open water. So unfortunately my session's been cut short, but oh well, I've had a fish, another 30-pounder. Eggy, one of the bailiffs, has messaged one of the lads on here and said bring all your rods in, so that's what I'm gonna do. Unfortunately the session's cut short, but there's nothing really you can do about it. It's that time of year, they're going to start spawning, but I'm just glad that I've had one, you know, which it's boosted up my spirits, to be honest, and confidence in the bait. But yeah, session's cut short, but hopefully we're going to sort everything out with the payments or getting us on for another week or whatever. So yeah, that's going to be the end of the session on Melbrook. That's 24 hours, not even 24 yet. But yeah, caught a fish, so I'm happy. But yeah, nothing really more I could say. Just going to bring the rods in now and probably start packing everything down.